Hi, I'm Ashley, and this is Garden Buzz. Hi, today we're going to take a tour of our raised garden bed that's full of vegetables and fruits and some flowers. And I thought we'd start up here on my deck so I could kind of give you an aerial view of what the garden looks like, what the plan of the garden is, and the size of the garden. This is what our raised garden bed looks like from our deck. It's about 25 to 30 feet wide and long. It's got about 6 beds in the middle and 4 on the outside. The beds on the outside are L-shaped, so they're 8 by 2, and then in each L-shaped bed there is a little corner bed that's about 2 by 2. In the middle, the garden beds are 4 by 6, and the ones right in the middle where you can see the arbor are 5 by 6. Those beds are a little big for gardening, and it is hard to reach to the middle of them, but I still enjoy the plan and how it turned out. I will show a picture of the plan that I did on the internet to make this bed. It was very helpful in seeing what the end product was going to look like. I think I got it off gardeners.com. You could just plan your own bed on that website, and it even lets you put what vegetables you are going to do in each bed. So I'll link that down below, and we will start our garden tour. So this is the entrance to our garden. It's a 7-foot arbor my husband made out of redwood. It's got X's on the side for that farmhouse look. And then I have recently, about the last 2 weeks, planted some climbing rose bushes. And these are called Golden Opportunity, and they're supposed to grow 8 to 10 feet tall. So they should reach the top of the arbor and climb up over it. I'm so excited to see it. They do look a little sad right now. They sat in containers since April. I got a little excited and bought them early, but they're starting to come out of it, and they just recently finished blooming, so I just deadheaded all of them. But there is one right here. It's almost done blooming, but you can kind of see what they look like. I will also post a picture of what they look like with their full color and in full bloom. We're going to start on the left side of the bed today, and that would be my raspberry bushes. So I have 4 raspberry bushes here, and I bought this raspberry shortcake. It is a thornless raspberry, and right now it's dying in the middle. I'm not quite sure why that is. I kind of wonder, is it not getting enough water? I only have 1 drip line in there. I read that raspberries are shallow rooted, and if they get too much water, they can die. So I only put 1 drip line in there, but I'm thinking about putting another and seeing if that helps. The rest of them look very healthy and are doing good. 2 of them are June bearing and 2 of them are ever bearing. So this is a fall gold, and it's ever bearing, and it doesn't have any fruit on it yet, but I am so excited for this one. I heard that they are super sweet and delicious. Over here in the corner in this 2 by 2 bed, we have beans, and you can see they are pole beans. This part of the bean plant is climbing up this T-post here that I started to put in here for a trellis for the raspberries, but never finished. I also have a trellis for the beans. I just haven't got it put in yet. So I was looking around this plant, and I don't see any beans on it yet, but hopefully soon. In the other part of the L-shaped bed is our red potatoes, and we have harvested some of them. You can reach down into the dirt and pull some out. You don't have to pull the whole plant out to harvest some of the potatoes and eat them. And I am going to post a picture of what I pulled out. Some of the red potatoes that I have pulled out so far are huge. So I'm very happy with their growth and what they're doing. On the other side, in this 4x6 bed, are our Walla Walla onions. So, sorry, my shadow is in the picture, but they are doing really good. I noticed they're popping out of the ground right there, and there's some red onions in there too. So I can't wait till they're ready to eat. Over here we've got more potatoes in this 4x6 bed and this L bed. They're all red potatoes. We really like to eat red potatoes. And I grow a lot of them because they're easy for us to store downstairs under our porch. They keep pretty cool and we can eat them throughout the winter. So we also did Yukon Gold, but they're in another area of our yard. In this 2x2 bed is sugar snap peas, and they're just about done. I haven't noticed any sugar snap peas on them yet, and I did get a trellis on this one. So they have been loving climbing up that. I love to use sugar snap peas and stir fry or just eat them fresh off the vine. And in this bed right here are our blueberries. So they are kind of looking chlorotic, so I don't know if I need to give them some chelated iron or what I need to do. I just recently fed them with Fertilume acid-loving, plant-loving food, so I don't know. I'm going to have to see what I can do to help them. We have a difficult time growing blueberries because our soil is so alkaline, and blueberries like acidic soil, so I'm going to try and see if I need to give them some chelated iron and maybe add another drip in here. But I did notice on this one on the end, I am getting some blueberries. So I'm excited to eat those. Now, one thing you need to know about blueberries, if you don't, do not plant all the same variety. They're kind of like peach trees. You have to plant more than one variety, and they pollinate each other. So just keep that in mind. I just noticed, and I don't even know if my husband knows this, but our chickens and our rooster are out. Sorry about that. I had to run and get my husband to help me get the hens back in their coop. They were running through my cut flower garden beds, and my seeds are just starting to come up, so I didn't want them pulling any of the plants out. But anyways, we're going to start by walking through this first pathway. It's got some cattle panel trellises. We've got 4 of these, and I absolutely love them. They are so great for vertical gardening. So what we did is we dug the dirt out about a foot from the edge of the bed and put 2 T-posts on each side, and then bent the cattle panel, and some people use zip ties, but we use these metal brackets that were over by the cattle panels and the T-posts at the garden store we got them at. But anyways, on this trellis is a zucchini plant, and I noticed this morning as I was looking that there is a zucchini on there. It's pretty big, so I think it's ready to pick and make some zucchini bread with. Also, we've got some grape tomatoes. I think they're called super sweet, if I remember correctly, on each side, and there is quite a bit of fruit on them right now, so I'm excited to pick those. And then down here we have a cucumber plant, and it's a burpless cucumber plant. The fruit on it gets about 8 inches. They're very delicious. I had one the other day, so I've got another one ready to pick. And then we'll move down here. If you've noticed, I have several marigolds around my beds. I was trying to find a way that I did not have to spray my plants to get rid of bugs. So marigolds are supposed to be a deterrent to bugs, and ladybugs eat the bad bugs that eat your plants. So I did both of those, and it's done pretty good this year. Last year we had squash bugs, and man, when those squash bugs become adults, they are impossible to get rid of. They destroyed my pumpkins, my squash, my zucchini, my cucumbers, so it was pretty sad. This year, so far I haven't seen any squash bugs, thank goodness. But right here we've got some celebrity tomatoes, and I can see right in there we've got some fruit. And I did notice this, and I'm so excited because it's my little snack for the day when I'm out gardening. I got some ripe grape tomatoes right here. Very delicious. I can't wait to eat those. And then on this side there's also a celebrity, and I noticed this huge tomato in here I have to show you. So right in here, it's trying to grow through the panel, is a huge tomato. That looks great for a hamburger. And then we also have these right here. They're called sugary. They have a high sugar content. They're very delicious. We've got some ripe ones in there. They are also very good snack tomatoes. I like to put them on wedge salads also. And this is a sugary plant too. It's not looking the best. We had a windstorm the other day, and you can see right here, it broke some of the branches on this plant. So I'm gonna have to come and do some pruning on this one. All right, so we're gonna go here to the left around this other pathway, and there are some more tomatoes over here. These are big beef, and I think there's a big boy and maybe even an early girl over here. But wow, look at the size of some of these. They're looking great. Got lots of fruit on them. Ready, almost ready to pick. Just need them to ripen up. Oh, so you can see I need to do some help with the trellising for the tomatoes. They're growing right in the pathway. But over in this bed we have a tomatillo plant, and I haven't seen any tomatillos on it. I mean, it's got plenty of cute little yellow flowers on it, and it's growing nice and tall, but so far no tomatillos. So hopefully soon we'll see some of those. And then a couple more tomatoes on this side. And this one on the end, my mother-in-law gave me. She grew it from seed. I think it's a Proven Winners brand, so I'm excited to try it. I've never tried it before, so I've heard they're super delicious. And I think that I forgot to mention, in the middle of all of these beds that have cattle panel trellises, there are romas. So we're planning on using the romas for tomato sauce and salsa, and they're doing really well for the most part. Looking good down here, but I did notice this one this morning when I came out here. It's got some blossom rot on it, so I'm going to have to do some treatment for that. I know Fertilume and Bonide make a solution that you spray on the plant that helps that out. And I also have something from High Yield that you put in the dirt that's a slow release. Usually what it is a calcium deficiency, so we're going to see if we can fix that. All right, so in this other L bed is blackberries, and we planted these last year. They are looking beautiful this year. As you can see, they are the trellis type, and yes, they need a trellis, and no, I do not have one. I think there's 3 different varieties in here. I did not tag them, so I'm not sure what they are, but I can't wait until they start producing fruit. I did notice right here on the end, I've got a blossom or 2, so we should be getting some fruit pretty soon. In our 2x2 bed, in this L bed right here, you can see that our sugar snap peas are done and ready to be removed and have some fall crops put in them. By the way, if you have a fall crop that you really like to grow, let me know. Comment down below. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. And then right here in this side of the L bed are carrots. And there are two different types of carrots in here. Let me look at the tag and I will tell you what they are. Short and sweet. So they are just little carrots. And then there's another one called Imperator, I think. And I did grow those last year and they get big and fat. And they were delicious to make carrot cake with. So I'm excited about those. Over here in this bed is our corn, and we have 3 rows of corn. I think 3 or 4 rows of corn are what they say you need to grow because they do need to pollinate each other. This is called Montauk, and I've never done this one before. The corn we did last year did not turn out so well. It was very splotchy, the kernels were, and it wasn't very sweet. So I'm hoping to have better success this year. I did notice that, look right here, I'm so excited about that. Before you know it, we'll be eating corn. And then down here in this L-shaped bed, we have some more carrots. These are a mixed color carrots, so you'll get some white ones, some purple ones. I'm excited about those. Never tried different colors of carrots. And then this is our radish crop. And we've got 2 different kinds of radishes in here. I will put them up on the screen. I'm not sure what they are. I think one was something scarlet. So, but you can see them in there. They're just poking out of the dirt, waiting to be picked. I decided to grow those because when I was little, my mom would buy radishes all the time, and we'd eat them in salad, or we would cut them up and just eat them with some salt. So I thought, I haven't had them for a while, we'll try that out. In this bed over here, you can't really see because the tomatoes are just taking over, but there are some peppers, and I got one stake in there to stake this pepper up, but you can see they've got some peppers on them. I'm excited about that. And there's also one back there. You can't really see it, but there is. And there's one right here. And there's a couple more in the back that I'm gonna have to stake these tomatoes up so that they can get some sunlight. But I did notice this yellow pepper plant right here has some fruit on it. Yeah, there's one right there. And then in this side of our L bed is a strawberry patch, and there's all different kinds of strawberries in there. They're all ever-bearing, so they bear fruit for a lot of the summer. Sometimes they go through periods, though, where I don't have any strawberries, but I just found some ripe ones ready for eating. I love strawberries with granola and yogurt, so I think that's going to be what I eat today. Let's see, is there any more? Oh, there's one in there, I see. And that is the end of our tour. I'm going to come back later tonight, though, and give you a tour of what the garden looks like all lit up. We've got some solar lights out here on the cattle panels and in the L beds, and it is just a gorgeous sight at night. So until then, happy gardening. This is our garden at night. We've got lights on the cattle panels and in the L beds. These are all solar lights, so they charge during the day, and they have been very consistent at coming on every night. I will link where we got them down below. I'm pretty sure I got them from Amazon, and also I will link the website where I got the idea to put the lights in the garden. Let me show you up close what they look like. I love the lights in the L beds, so they look like fire at night. It's really neat looking. So let's see if we can see it on the camera. Yeah, so I hope that picture is coming in clearly, but they look like fire. And then the lights on the cattle panels are fairy lights, and they have 3 different settings, so they twinkle like they're doing right now, and they also just stand still. And then if you want them to blink off and on, they also do that. So I'll back up one more time so you can see it. And this is what our garden looks like at nighttime. It's very enjoyable to come sit out on our deck and just enjoy the lights. Well, I hope you enjoyed. We will see you next time. Happy gardening.